how are you? Hope so. In today's video I will talk about the top 5 realistic psychopaths in movies. Carlson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, is the main antagonist in Single White Female 1992. Like Catherine Tramail, she uses male lust to her advantage. Lee's research team found that many on-screen female psychopaths are portrayed as scheming manipulators whose main weapons are sexual. They are able to use male sexual desire to their own advantage. Drew is also a pathological liar and, like most psychopaths, she is able to lie so well that the listener begins to doubt themselves, even in the face of contrary evidence. Psychopaths behave this way so they have all the power in the relationship. Preston Neary, author of How to Communicate Effectively and Handle Difficult People, writes, in their desire for ever more power over relationships, psychopaths will literally make up and say anything in order to achieve their aims. Blatant lies, distortions, deceptions, broken promises, and blaming the victim are just some of the common devices used to enable the psychopath to advance his or her aggressive and unscrupulous schemes. The Hurt Locker 2008 introduced us to Sergeant William James, Jeremy Renner, and his work in the Explosives Ordnance Disposal Unit. Sergeant James creates tension within his team due to his reckless disposal methods and laid-back attitude in the face of fatal injury. Despite these high-intensity situations, he is able to compartmentalize the weight of this stress in his mind and move on to a new task seemingly unaffected. This is in contrast with his teammate, Specialist Owen Eldridge, Brian Jarrety, who visits a psychologist to help deal with the stress of combat. Sure, being able to focus under pressure is helpful for a bomb disposal technician, but this is also one of the signs of psychopathy. In the essay What Psychopaths Can Do That Everyone Else Can't, Dr. George Simon explains, I argue that even more insidious than the lack of conscience and empathy that characterizes most psychopaths, is the ability of some to compartmentalize emotion. They look like they can feel, hurt, and empathize just like anyone else. What a shock it is, sometimes a deadly one, when it becomes apparent how easily they can switch off any caring. Preparing Day 2001 is a definitive decent cop meets terrible cop film, set against a background of suspicion, posse culture, and police debasement in South Central Los Angeles. Over a 24-hour time frame, Alonzo Harris, Denzel Washington, endeavors to instruct tenderfoot cop Jake Lloyd, Ethan Hawke, the ropes. Alonzo gets Jake through a progression of good tests to quantify his solidarity. His character, one of the numerous psychopathic characteristics Alonzo has, is his capacity to exceed a wide range of expert and individual limits. Maniacs ordinarily don't regard normal practices and search for shortcomings in others they can misuse. Though friendly connections are an ordinary merriment for most balanced people, sociopaths will in general utilize collaborations with others to get one over them. Kidman Lee, a teacher at the University of Calgary, clarified, an investigation of maniacs adds to the exploration, showing that specific character attributes can foresee the inclination to misuse others. Qualities like trickiness and arrogance, rather than trustworthiness and quietude, include an ability to make the most of others whenever the chance emerges. Denzel Washington has every now and again said that Alonzo Harris is his character that he's played. Lovely Bones 2009, the murder of 14-year-old Susie Salmon, Saoirse Ronan, leaves her spirit watching over her devastated family. Susie tries to communicate from the in-between that the real killer is George Harvey, Stanley Tucci. There are many creepy traits about George, who prefers to be alone, obsessing over his collection of dollhouses. We soon discover that near the school is his underground lair where he lures young girls to their death. Yet George is a typical psychopathic serial killer, as he is hiding in plain sight. Former FBI agent John Douglas explained, we can't get past the preconceived notion that these violent offenders should be drooling or have a third eyeball. They get away with murder. In the U.S., 20 to 50 serial killers are on the loose at any time, killing 3 or more victims. To prepare for the role, Tucci spent 2 days role-playing with Douglas in an FBI agent/serial killer scenario. The aim was to show psychopaths as they really are, more human than monster. It clearly worked, as Tucci was nominated for an Academy Award for his authentic performance. Catherine Tramail in Basic Instinct 1992 is a highly intelligent, manipulative, and charismatic novelist. Portrayed by Sharon Stone, both of her parents died in a boating accident, leaving her with an inheritance of $110 million. In Basic Instinct 2 2006, Dr. Michael Glass, portrayed by David Morrissey, reveals in his analyses that Catherine is addicted to risk. I believe Ms. Tramail's behavior is driven by what we might call a risk addiction. A compulsive need to prove to herself that she can take risks and survive dangers that other people cannot. Especially the subsequent encounters with the police, the powers that be. The greater the risk, the greater the proof of her omnipotence. He explains most high-functioning psychopaths have a genetic predisposition to fear. It takes a lot, if anything at all, to make them feel afraid, so they take higher risks to get their kicks. This often results in innocent people becoming tangled in their gameplay and, unfortunately, they come out worse for it. In the words of Catherine herself, I have a degree in psychology, it goes with the turf games are fun. Psychopaths are a rare breed. They account for approximately 1% of the general population, which is a good thing considering the level of cruelty to others they are capable of. Dr. Kevin Dutton, who has spent a lifetime studying psychopaths, explains their personality characteristics include ruthlessness, fearlessness, impulsivity, self-confidence, coolness under pressure, charm, charisma, reduced empathy, and lack of conscience. They are able to wreak havoc and, often, kill without any signs of remorse. Yet psychopaths on the big screen are not always accurate. In 2014, Belgian psychiatry professor Samuel Leest and his team set out on a mission to watch more than 400 movies, spanning from 1915 to 2010, in 3 years and report back which characters truly embodied psychopathy. In total, they found 126 believable psychopathic characters, only 21 were female. Surprisingly, Least said Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, Norman Bates in Psycho, and Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs don't quite fit the psychopath archetype. He explained they are more of a universal boogeyman, so if these terrifying characters don't make the cut for real psychopathy, then these following characters really are truly evil. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. I will leave in the description of the video the link of the mobile phone iPhone 12, big price, with 3 cameras. For those who are passionate about the iPhone, I recommend, they will not regret buying it. Subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Thanks. God bless you.